and welcome to Daily Digest on STEAM Radio Vision. I am Chidima Abel. And of course, you know what we do on Daily Digest? We bring you newspaper headlines across the different newspapers in Nigeria. Alright, this morning on Daily Digest, I will be starting with The Punch. The Punch news headlines this morning. U.S. visa shockwave. Trump order may delay 5,000 intended Nigerian immigrants. From The Punch, no fewer than 5,000 intended Nigerian immigrants to the United States may be delayed following the new visa restrictions imposed on Nigeria and 74 other countries by President Donald Trump. On Punch newspaper, you will get the full story waiting for you. And also on Punch, federal government orders banks, fintechs to remit VAT on service fees. The federal government has directed all banks and fintechs to collect and remit 77.5% value-added tax on certain electronic banking services effective Monday, January 19, 2026, according to an email notice issued by payment platforms. The VAT will apply to electronic bank charges, including mobile money transfers, USSD transaction fees, and card issuance fees, according to an email notice on Wednesday shared with customers by MoneyPoints. Get a story waiting for you from the Punch newspaper this morning. And now moving ahead, still on the Punch, federal government also unveil agreement to end strikes, varsities closures. The federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities on Wednesday unveiled a renegotiated agreement aimed at resolving long-standing disputes in Nigeria's tertiary education sector, resulting in incessant strikes and closure of universities. The 2025 agreement is the conclusion of a renegotiation process that began in 2017 to review the 2009 Federal Government ASO Pact, which was due for revision in 2012. Get a full story from the Punch this morning. Moving away from that, we have also from the Punch article, salute troops on Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Article, salute troops on Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Former presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has paid tribute to fallen heroes, soldiers, and serving members of the Nigerian Armed Forces, praising their courage, sacrifice, and commitment to the unity and security of the country. According to a post via his verified X handle on Thursday to mark Armed Forces Remembrance Day, Atiku said he and his family joined millions of Nigerians in solemn remembrance of military personnel who lost their lives in the line of duty. Get a full story from the Punch this morning. Yes, I'm moving away from the Punch and now onto the Vanguard. From the Vanguard this morning, Musa to military. You represent best of Nigeria. Failure not allowed. The Minister of Defense, retired General Christopher Musa, has described serving officers and men of the armed forces as the finest representation of Nigeria and the nation's enduring shield. Musa stated this on Wednesday in Abuja at the Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day, Regimental Dinner and Awards Night. He urged them to continue to uphold discipline, loyalty, and respect for human rights, adding that failure was not an option in their quest to secure Nigeria. From the Vanguard, you will get a full story waiting for you. Now moving away onto the Vanguard. Yes, we are still on the Vanguard. The journey isn't over. Obi tells Super Eagles after Morocco defeat. Yes, the journey isn't over. Obi tells Super Eagles after Morocco defeat. Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, has hailed the Super Eagles for their beautiful display throughout the 120 minutes of play against the host Morocco in the ongoing 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. The news, you will get a full story from the Vanguard. Just get a full story from the Vanguard. Now moving ahead onto the Vanguard. We are still on the Vanguard. BUA chairman says 500,000 US dollars reward to Super Eagles still active. BUA chairman says 500,000 US dollars reward to Super Eagles still very active. The chairman of BUA Group, Abdul Samad Rabiu has commended Nigeria's Super Eagles for their gallant display at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. He said that the monetary pledge he made still stands in spite of the seminal defeat by host Morocco. Nigeria Super Eagles suffered a heartbreaking loss from the 2025 AFCON after losing 4-2 on penalties to host Morocco in a tense semi-final clash at the Prince Moulay Abdullah Stadium, Rabat, on Wednesday. You will get a full story from the Vanguard. Yes, the story is waiting for you. Now let's move ahead. We are now on The Nation. The Nation newspaper this morning. Licensees to lose undeveloped oil wells, says federal government. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Heineken Lukbobiri, yesterday said that the era of speculative or status symbol oil licenses were over. He cautioned prospective investors in the 2025 oil licensing bid round that mistakes or miscalculations in the bidding process will be at their own risk, warning that no refund or asset swaps will be considered. He spoke at the 2025 NUPRC pre-bid conference in Lagos, monitored virtually. You will get a full story from The Nation. From The Nation, that story is waiting for you. Now moving ahead onto The Nation. We are still on The Nation this morning. NYSC to adopt standardized protocol for corps members with disabilities. NYSC to adopt standardized protocol for corps members with disabilities. The National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, has said it will adopt a standardized protocol for the handling of corps members with disabilities during the orientation course and throughout the service year. Its Director General, General Olakunle Nafiu, announced this at the 2026 Batch A pre-orientation workshop with the theme revamping the NYSC orientation course experience as a foundation for impactful service by corps members in Jos, Plateau State. Get a full story from The Nation this morning. That story is waiting for you. Now moving ahead, we are still on The Nation. Wike Fubara field. More Rivers lawmakers opt for reconciliation. More members of the River State House of Assembly have joined the train of those calling for the termination of the ongoing impeachment process against Governor Similai Fubara and Deputy Governor Ngozi Odo. Similarly, traditional rulers in the state have constituted a team to seek a solution to the political crisis going on right now in River State. Moving away from there, and now we are still on The Nation. The Nation news headline: APC won't allow opposition to rig the election. From The Nation, APC won't allow opposition to rig. Lagos State chapter of All Progressives Congress, APC, has said it has found it imperative. They said it has found it imperative to once again interrogate the recently published independent statistical analysis of the 2023 general election, which punctured the long-running falsehood that electoral irregularities were the handiwork of the ruling party. The party, in a statement by its spokesman Sheye Oladejo in Ogba, said a study conducted as part of a data science master's thesis at Pan Atlantic University and based on an examination of over 123,000 polling units nationwide establishes a fact the opposition has desperately tried to bury. Electoral malpractice in 2023 was not a one-party affair. On the contrary, the highest concentration of statistically significant irregularities occurred in Labour Party strongholds, particularly in parts of the southeast. This is coming from APC. From The Nation, you will get the full story waiting for you. Now, still on The Nation news headlines, federal government reiterates commitment to safeguarding school. Federal government reiterates commitment to safeguarding schools. The Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, has reiterated the federal government's commitment to safeguarding schools and ensuring a secure learning environment across the country. Musa gave the assurance yesterday in Abuja while receiving the Distinguished Service and National Peace and Security Merit Award from the National Parent Teachers Association of Nigeria, NAPTAN. The minister emphasized that security remained central to educational development, stressing that a safe environment was crucial for effective teaching and learning. You will get a full story from the nation this morning. Get a full story. Now we are moving on to this day. This day newspaper headline says, "Friend of a thief is a thief. Musa wants Gumi." Others sympathizing with terrorists. Friend of a thief is a thief. Musa wants Gumi. Others sympathizing with terrorists. Minister of Defense General Christopher Musa has warned Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and others sympathetic to terrorists and bandits to stop their subversive endeavor, saying a friend of a thief is a thief. Musa cautioned against providing overt or covert support to criminal enemies seeking to destabilize the country. Speaking yesterday during an official visit to Maiduguri, the minister said those engaged in acts of terrorism and banditry did not represent any form of regional, ethnic or religious brotherhood. From this day, you will get a full gist waiting for you. Now moving ahead onto The Guardian. The Guardian news headline this morning says, Dangote assures Nigerians of price stability. Listing of refinery stocks. Dangote Refinery has achieved 50 million liters of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol. This was the managing director and chief executive officer, David Bird, said the company could deliver a 1.4 million barrel per day expansion of the plant within 3 years, betting on a replication strategy designed to avoid the cost overruns and delays that often plague large energy projects. Speaking on the refinery's operations and plans, Bird said the refineries around the clock operations would ensure that high production is matched by efficient distribution, reinforcing supply stability across the country. From The Guardian, you will get a full story waiting for you. Now still on The Guardian newspaper this morning. The Guardian, police arrest suspected kidnap kingpin. Recover AK-47 in Rivers State. The Rivers State Police Command has arrested a suspected notorious kidnapper and recovered a prohibited firearm and ammunition in a renewed crackdown on violent crime in the state. If you're just joining us, this is Daily Digest on Esteem Radio Vision, where we bring to you different headlines across the different newspapers in Nigeria. Do well to leave a comment for us in the comment section, like and share. Now moving ahead, the suspect Mohammed Ibrahim, 30, from Numan Local Council in Adamawa State, was arrested by operatives of the Anti-Cultism Unit in Moha Annex, following what police described as credible intelligence. According to the police spokesperson, CSP Grace Iringe Koko, the arrest took place on January 10, 2026 at about 7:46 p.m. in line with strategic directives issued by the Commissioner of Police to dismantle criminal networks operating in Rivers State. That's that on Daily Digest this morning. Don't forget, Daily Digest will still be coming your way tomorrow, so keep it there with us. Don't forget to leave a comment for us in the comment section, like and share. I want to thank you especially for choosing Esteem Radio Vision. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for being loyal to Esteem Radio Vision. Don't forget to remain loyal as more programs will still be coming your way today. I want to also appreciate the CEO in the person of Dickie Michael Adeboye Ashaolu, the founder of Eniakbonde Foundation and Esteem Radio Vision. And to my producer, Ayomiko, thank you so much. Till I come your way again, I still remain Chidima Abel. Bye for now.